This is your morning in 8 minutes. 2.5 million Floridians are under mandatory or voluntary evacuation orders right now.
Yeah, this is as the outer bands of Hurricane Ian reach the southern parts of the state. This is a live look behind us in Key West, Florida. More than 100 nursing homes and hospitals in the Tampa area are evacuated. Grocery stores up and down the coast packed, with many finding nothing but empty shelves.
We do want to take a live look right now from Key West.
Hurricane Ian gaining strength in the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. The storm already flooding Key West. One of the biggest concerns right now is that Ian could dump record amounts of rain and cause a dangerous storm surge.
Ian's expected to make landfall in Florida tonight after battering western Cuba with 125-mile-per-hour winds. Those winds snapped some of those trees in half. And all along Florida's Gulf Coast, thousands of people are headed inland, heeding the call to evacuate. Some living in Tampa arrived in Tennessee yesterday, seeking refuge from the hurricane. And 2 Anderson County paramedics are going toward the storm, ready to help in Florida. Bobby Joe Henderson and Scott Thomas tell us right now they're waiting to find out where they'll be sent to do the most good.
And right now, a UT cheerleader is off the team this morning after 2 teenage boys accused him of sexual abuse while working at Knoxville's Premier Athletics. The company says they fired Nick Frizzell in June after a young athlete told them that Frizzell was sending him inappropriate pictures. Frizzell's attorney denies all of these allegations. No criminal charges are filed, so for now, these are just accusations in a civil lawsuit. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says they are currently investigating. And right now, new warrants out for a suspect in a shooting on Alcoa Highway. Police say Brandon Osegura is charged with attempted second-degree murder and using a gun during a dangerous felony. The shooting happened at a nightclub early on Sunday morning. One person was shot and taken to the hospital. Another victim showed up later with non-life-threatening injuries.
And a warning for parents this morning. The CDC says cases of a rare and serious respiratory infection in kids could be on the rise. Enterovirus D68 can lead to a condition that causes paralysis. New CDC data shows it's partially to blame for a jump in emergency room visits this summer. Symptoms mirror common colds with cough, shortness of breath, wheezing, and sometimes a fever. Hurricane Ian led to the postponement of the final January 6th congressional hearing scheduled for later today. The new date has not yet been announced. The committee will release a final report sometime after the midterm elections.
Meanwhile, the Senate voting to move forward with a stopgap funding bill to avoid a potential government shutdown. The deadline is Friday at midnight. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer cutting a controversial energy proposal from the legislation. The 72-23 vote last night indicates it does have enough bipartisan support to pass. And there's finally some good news for renters. Rent falling 1.1% in Knoxville in September. Not a ton, but a bigger drop than the national average. The cost to rent is still way higher than it used to be right now, up nearly 20% over the past decade. Meanwhile, sales of new homes bounced back in August, according to data. That's despite high prices and rising mortgage rates. The median price for a new home also went down.
And you can help make sure families have everything they need to take care of their babies. Southeast Bank is partnering with the Baby Supply Bank and the group Helping Mamas Knoxville by collecting diapers and other baby items at the Knoxville and Lenore City branches. Visit our WVLT News app to see more about how you can help. That drive ends on Monday. And millions of Americans covered by Medicare will pay less next year on monthly premiums for their Part B plan. That covers routine doctor's visits and other outpatient care. The rare 3% decrease in monthly Medicare premiums will bring some welcome relief. It's expected to be coupled with a historically high cost of living increase in Social Security benefits. And
flight attendants at United and Southwest Airlines staging demonstrations yesterday at more than 20 airports across the country in places like Boston, Cleveland, and Las Vegas. They're calling for better pay and increased staffing levels. A shortage of airline workers is partially to blame for hundreds of thousands of flight cancellations and delays. And for the first time in Tennessee, homeschool students can take part in DARE, the drug abuse resistance program that's been around since the 80s. It's happening right now in Roane County, where 4th, 5th, and 6th graders now meet at Harriman Library each week. Leaders hope this inspires DARE programs for homeschool students in other counties.
Well, your wallet can catch a break starting this morning at the Duck Duck Goose Consignment pop-up shop. You can stock up on fall and winter clothing for your kids. Plus shoes and sporting goods. It's at the Expo Center, and it all supports more than 40 charities in East Tennessee. We have the hours for you in our WVLT News app. And an East Tennessee-based cider company could be named the best in the country. Gypsy Circus Cider, nominated for USA Today's Reader's Choice Award. It has its Barrel House location in the 4th and Guild neighborhood. If you want to vote, we do have a link also in our app.
It is 6:54. Let's get over to Whitney Turner. She's got your first alert traffic.
We're following some heavy volume on I-40 eastbound in Roane County, right at exit for Highway 27 as you're getting out the door. The good news is this is the only delay slowing you down on this Wednesday morning commute. Once you get past that area, as you're heading through the 4075 split toward Knoxville, you are back on time on those interstates. That volume is still light ahead of the morning rush. In fact, here's a live look at the traffic flow. This is I-40 right around 275. No issues as you're getting out the door on this Wednesday morning.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
6:55 now, zoomed out. Again, clear, cold, calm for now. You know, the clouds are getting closer to us from Ian, then of course more rain, a lot more active weather for your weekend. All the more reason to enjoy today, but I want to add up that rainfall. We are at least dry enough that I think when we get a good inch of rain on average on Saturday, inch and a half for some, you can see that some will even get closer to 2 inches by the end of the day Saturday, plus some more showers on Sunday. I think just some isolated runoff issues are our biggest concern because this does kind of spread out over the course of a couple of days with some moderate to heavy rain at times, especially on Saturday. So now some of you are going, okay, let's get this day started. Just grab the jacket. It's 35 in Whitesburg, 37 La Follette, 43 in Lansing to 45 in Knoxville. Definitely some colder spots like 36 Gatlinburg to 46 downtown Knoxville and 40 in Clinton. So we do stick with a sunshine-filled day. We just have some stray fog this morning. A beautiful Wednesday planner. Just all in all, look at that glow on the horizon. We're still 40 minutes out from sunrise too. Gorgeous start, but a colder day. High today is only 68. We got that cool breeze out of the northeast that then increases to gustier winds tomorrow because of Ian, kind of pulling that down out of the northeast, then pushing in clouds on Friday, then that rain at times this weekend. So if you missed that full breakdown, we got you covered. We'll continue to analyze Ian and the local impacts coming up on the CW.
And there's a lot of people saying, I don't like the cold, I like the cold. A lot of people are split, but it is
Understandable.
what it is. Yeah, definitely got the fall outfit out. So, all right, there's still 2 more hours of East Tennessee news, weather, and traffic. Headed on over to WBXX. We want to take you live now to Florida. You can see this is Key West, the southernmost point. Look at those waves crashing
Already
in.
up right there. That's a big drop down to where the water normally is if you're standing there at that landmark. Pretty incredible to see.
Yeah, we're going to continue our coverage of Ian's track on WBXX. Join us over there. Good day.